Before heading to the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it and don't forget to click the bell icon for the latest update notification. If you like the video, do like, comment and share. Stay tuned with learnbay.co. Happy learning!
Now we will come to the dynamically typed programming language. So what do you mean by dynamically typed programming language? So dynamically typed. Before coming to dynamically typed, there are few programming language which are called statically typed programming language. So what are statically typed programming language? What are statically typed programming language? So you might have seen those who have coded in C or C++ or Java, or those who have not coded, then also it is fine. But you can just listen to me. So in these programming languages, what happens whenever you want to declare any variable, or whenever you want to assign some value to a variable? So there is a syntax which you have to follow. Let's say if you want to store 10 into a variable, so first you will write which kind of data you want to store into the variable. For example, you want to store integer type. So first you will write int and then the variable name, let's say a. And inside this, whatever value, so you can close here, you can just declare it. Or let's say if you want to do the declaration and assignment in the same line, you can allocate some integer value. Okay. So now this kind of programming languages where the data type for a variable is fixed or static, those programming languages are called statically typed programming language. Now, what is the problem here? Let's say in the next line, if I will try to assign some other value, 10.20 to this a, since 10.20 is a float value, so you are trying to assign a float value, whereas you have said earlier that a is an integer type, so it will give you the error. Okay, so this is statically typed programming language. Now, what is dynamically typed programming language? So in the dynamically typed programming language, we don't have to specify the data type explicitly. Okay, based on the value which you are assigning to the variable, based on that value, the data type for that particular variable will be allocated. Okay, for example, if you will have a look at this program on the left hand side, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, c is equal to a plus b, and print c. So in this program, when you are writing a is equal to 10, you can see here I'm not writing any data type, that what kind of data type I have to assign for a, right? I'm just writing a is equal to 10, and if you will check what is the type of a, it will be int type. Okay, now next time if you want to change the value from integer to float, you can do that in the dynamically typed programming language. For example, if you will have a look here, let's say if I'm writing a is equal to 10. Okay, now I'm checking the type of a, print type of a. Now, if you will run this, so it will give you integer type. A is integer type because you have allocated int value to this. Okay. Now, next line, if you will write a is equal to 10.20. Okay. So, in other programming languages, this will give you the error because in advance you have fixed the data type for this variable a. But here you have not fixed it. Now, if you will check the type of a, type is a function which gives you the data type for that variable. If you write type of a, so it will give you now float. Okay, so the value which you are assigning to the variable, based on that value, the data type for that particular variable is getting assigned. Okay, so this kind of feature is called dynamically typing, dynamic typing. Okay, so Python supports dynamic typing. Okay, fine. Any question here in dynamic typing?
So if you give two values to A, let's say you give some value to B as well. If you do C is equal to A
The
plus B.
voice is not clear. Can you please be louder?
Okay, one. So now if in the above program, if you say B is equal to, let's say 2, and you make C is equal to A plus B,
Okay.
what will this C, will this C take 10.2 or will it take 10?
Let's say A you write A 10, B you write
10,
10.20, right?
no, if you write two A's,
Huh?
or no, my question was, if you write two, if you give two values to A and you do addition, which value will it take?
No, you can. So how you will give two values to A? Here, yes, this way you can, like, you are not you cannot assign two values to a single variable. That is the first thing. Okay, like you cannot write 10 comma 20. You cannot do that. If you will do this, it will give you the error. Okay, sorry, this will become a tuple. Okay, this will become a tuple. So but let's say you cannot assign, if you think that a will be pointing to 10 and this a will be pointing to 20 also, it is not possible. But yes, if you will provide these two values by separated by comma, then this will become a single tuple, and this will be becoming one single tuple type object. So a is now pointing to the tuple. Okay, and this tuple is having these two values, 10 and 20 both. So if you will print a, so you will see here that you are getting 10 and 20 both, 10 comma 20 kept inside the bracket. This is a tuple object. Okay, but if you feel that a is pointing to 10 and again a is pointing to 20 also, this is not possible. You cannot assign two values to a single variable. Okay, now let's say if you write this one, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 10.20. Okay, now if you will write c is equal to a plus b, in that case this it will take this will take this c will become the float type. Okay, so if you add integer and float values together, so the precedence is given to the float value, because you have to get the exact value. 10.20 is getting added to 10, so it will become 20.20. Okay, and for your question, you cannot assign two different values to a single variable. Okay, yes, if you can keep it in a list or in a tuple, then that is a different question. That again is a single object, that is not the two values.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's say if you are writing a is equal to 10 and a is equal to 20. For example, just the second value you are saying a is equal to 20. The second value you are saying a is equal to 20. In that case, the recent value of a will be taken. Let's say if you will print a here. Okay, if you will print a here, in this case, what was the recent value of a? It is 20. It will be taking this 20. It will be printing this 20. Okay, so how it happens again? So let's say if you will have a look here, a is equal to 10 and here you are writing a is equal to 20. Okay, so let's say if you're writing a is equal to 10 and then a is equal to 20. So in this case, what will happen? So if you will have a look, let's say, give me a second. So first, this 10 object will be created in the heap area. Okay, so this 10 object got created. Okay, and this will be having one ID. Let's say the ID for that is X. Now, so A, as of now, A is pointing to what? A is pointing to X, right? A is pointing to X. Okay, now in the next line, what you are doing, you are creating one new object which is 20. So here first right hand side will get executed. It will check what is the object. It will not check variable first. It will check what is the object. It is a new object. So that object will get created in the heap area. And let's say this is having one ID Y. Okay. So now it will check. Okay. So for A only, I am assigning a new value. So what it will do, the previous reference will be deleted. For A, the previous reference will be deleted. Now A is no more pointing to X. Now A is now pointing to Y. Okay. A is now pointing to Y. Okay. A is not pointing to X. So if you will access A, print A, then it will give you this value, not previous value.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Anyone else? Karthik, Mohit, Neeraj, Nimish, Rishi, Pallavi, Srinivas. No question?